Now the Muppet Show Theatre is back, there's only one thing that they need to make it truly purposeful and what it's meant for, and that's the audience. And in the new trailer we got, the longest bit of content we've got that's led up to this, as a teaser, we have seen many shots of the audience. And there's a mix of humans and puppets. And the puppet Muppet characters are some of the most obscure little deep cuts we've ever seen, I think. Some of them are so old and so random, honestly 95% of people won't even know who they are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in enhance, and see who we can spot, and give a bit of backstory to each one of them so you all know who they are if you didn't already. We're not going to go through every single one, but here we go. It's going to be a bit of fun. So let's start on the front row. Yes, the front row. So I think it's a bit of a fun little Easter egg here. On the front row, we've got two characters that we first, maybe not first, but we first have our first, major encounter with them in Muppet's Treasure Island. So we've got Angel Marie, who is the green one I've zoomed into now. There you go. And we've got the bird-beaked parrot puppet. Now I don't know if this one has a name. I could not find a name for it. It was just labelled part of the crew, I believe, in the thing, but you can see there that it's got its little green tipped beak there, and it's exactly the same as the one they used in '96 for Muppet Treasure Island. So I think that's pretty cool. Angel Marie is probably the most known character you've got there on the front row, but I think that's really cool that they're reusing these characters, because I don't think I'm going to be corrected in saying that pink bird pirate crew member, I don't think we've ever seen them since that actually happened, since that film happened, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. So then when we go down the line to the right of Angel Marie, we've got a random pig. Now this random pig is just a classic background ensemble cast character pig. It looks like it's been rebuilt, looks brand new, and it's just a classic pig wearing a nice suit. So this is giving off proper classic Muppet Show vibes right there. And then next to the pirate, the other pirate bird thing, to the right of them is just a classic whatnot. Don't believe this one has a name, it's just a whatnot. So good to see that they're bringing back the tradition of using many, many whatnots in the show. Now, moments of honesty here. On the front row, to the far, far left, there is a pink Muppet, and I cannot find any information on it. I didn't recognise it at first sight. I recognised almost all of these guys, except from that one. And I've done my research. I've been on Muppet Wiki. I just can't find out who it is. So let's start a comment debate, not a debate. Let's just get a fact here. Let's figure out who this is, because I don't know. Right, so moving on to the second row. The second row is just the wonderful world of whatnots at the moment. They're all whatnots. Pretty cool. It's such a tradition to have those ones there. So yeah, pretty cool to see all those whatnots there. And I think that is part of what made the Muppet Show, was that they just constantly had these new characters coming in, because they were utilising faces of whatnots, and I think it's always pretty cool. Yeah. So, but there's one character that isn't a whatnot. Well, he kind of is a whatnot, but became more of a character. So we're going to talk about him right now. So if you didn't know, the guy with the eyebrows, the big red nose, and the big bottom jaw is a character called Angelo, and he's a Muppet chef. He's a character that never really took off. It was sort of in the 2010 era, so before the reboot movie happened, so it's a little bit of a hard time on the Muppets, and they're just trying new things. He's a character there. He's not wearing a signature chef hat, but he is there, and I think that's a nice little nod. I don't believe he'll be featuring in the show doing anything, but it's cool to see him in the audience there, visiting his old friends. Yes. Right, so now as you can have a bit of fun, let's just dot around so you can see. I can see in the back left, I can see Esther, which is an old various Muppet characters. It's just a blue old lady, and she's been used in so many things over the years. It's not been too long since we've last seen her. But yes, she's in there. She's in the back. I can see her at the back of the theatre there. Still so many whatnots. I'm arguing at the very, very back there's a blue guy there with a wig on. I think that's Bill the Bubblehead, even though he has a wig on and Muppet Wiki hasn't counted him yet. There's a dog there, a random dog, possibly used in Dog City. There's Boppity the Frackle, who was also in the show titles, the theme song, so maybe he'll be in the audience and the show. There you go, because anyway, I can see, we believe we can see Maxime, who is an old lady character again, just the side of her wig there. Who else can we see? We can see the Dragon Frackle. Now the Dragon Frackle was used like way early in the Muppet Show, like super early. Not even in the Muppet Show, I mean like, well yes in the Muppet Show, but also like, this is like before or pre-Muppet Show, like Santa Claus, switch sort of time. He's in the back there. There's a yellow Frackle looking character that I can't pick out properly. I don't know who that is yet. Oh yes, Billy the Bear is there. Billy the Bear, that's an old character right there. That's like the 1970s. Billy the Bear is there. You got your more classic Frackles, like the Countertop Monster, and yeah, I think that's cool. Boppity and the Countertop Monster being in there is a nice little touch. Yes, I mean that kind of covers the most part of all of it. There's lots of whatnots in there, just spread throughout. Some of them that will be slightly familiar. But we need to figure out, like I said before, who that pink feathery creature is in the bottom left. Don't have a clue. Let's figure it out together, folks. This is where the Muppet fans unite. Yes, so that's the audience covered for one of the shots, but there is more shots. There's a shot where we get a close-up of Beautiful Day and our cameo-style Mayor Rudolph, and in the top left corner of the frame you can see a yellow frog. Now this yellow frog isn't just any old yellow frog, it's actually the laundress from the Muppets Christmas Carol performed by Steve Whitmire. Obviously not performed by Steve Whitmire now, but I thought that was a cool little Easter egg. They're bringing these characters back. I really don't think we've ever seen these characters except from when they were in Christmas Carol and Treasure Island, because they were the same sort of look of characters that they needed, and they reused almost all of them for both of those films, but they didn't really appear in mainstream Muppet stuff since then because the Muppets haven't done stuff like those films. So cool to see that character back. Also Beautiful Day Monster, cool to see him back too. I think that covers it for the audience. Now I think it's good to acknowledge the orchestra bit as they bring us all the fantastic music in the show. Now the orchestra bit is conducted once again by the fantastic Nigel. Nigel's there, Zoot's there, Animal's there, Dolores, the trumpet girl's there, Lips is there, Floyd, Janice, Ralph, they're all there. It's amazing. They've done the same layout of where they all stand and sit. Animal's drum kit is set up like a drum kit really should be. So interesting choice. Yeah, they're all playing left-handed instruments. This is what we wanted. There we go. So there you go. It seems to be faithfully represented. That's not a word. Represented. And the theatre itself, the decoration, the lamps, the exit signs, all of that is perfectly replicated. So yeah, I'm glad that they've filled all those seats out, because in the original Muppet Show they used to be full, but there'd be dead Muppets at the back. So they're all lively in this new special that we've got so far. So let's hope they keep it that way. We don't want any dead Muppets on the back rows. Yeah. What a cool treat. We've got a load of new Muppets here and a load of old ones coming in. Whatnots, returning characters from the 70s and 90s. We've got it all here, so that's pretty cool. Well, there you go. I hope we can figure out who that pink one is soon. See you next time.